Welcome to the NCAA Basketball Game Day Scores Table Operations tutorial. Thank you for assisting in the game of basketball. Your willingness to serve, your professionalism, and your skills help make college basketball a great game. Overall decorum. All table crew members should arrive no later than 60 minutes before tip-off or agreed-upon time with the game administrator. All table crew members should meet with officials in their locker room 45 minutes before tip-off or at agreed-upon time with game administrator. It's good to have a captain of the crew to remind all table personnel on time of arrival, appropriate attire, and any other logistics to prepare for the game. Although it's natural to have a primary role responsibility, it is best to know how to serve in all roles on the crew, in case someone can't make it at the last minute. Use your exhibition games to switch roles from time to time. Ensure each are extremely proficient. Best to have an expert substitute, especially on the clocks. Someone on the crew, does not matter who, should check the game ball and ensure it meets the pressure requirements. Keep a backup ball under the table, one the referee has also approved. Someone on the crew should check that all of the horns and lights function prior to the officials' meeting. Have a backup clock air horn available. Make sure there is a digital stopwatch available at the scorer's table for use by officials. Check for an X at center court in front of the scorekeeper indicating where subs should report. Remain calm at the table. No cheering for your team, no indication of disagreement with anything that happens during the game. We are impartial officials of game administration. Prior to the season, obtain and read the current NCAA rulebook and note any changes from prior year edition. Review regularly. Each position's duties at the scorer's table are noted in the rules. All of the table personnel should study each other's duties. This will help their interaction at the table. All bench personnel should maintain eye contact with officials as often as possible whenever time is out. This is especially important prior to and immediately after the first and second horns following a dead ball. Should a player receive her fifth foul being disqualified from the game, only the scorer should signal the officials. The scorer should have the game clock operator sound the horn multiple times if necessary, and then visually let the officials know of the fifth foul. If there are any doubts in a game situation, have the horn sounded on the next dead ball and let the referee make the decision. Game clock operator. Prior to the game, check the auto horn settings to ensure the game horn sounds at the end of each period and the shot clock sounds at the end of the shot clock period. It is important that you have a digital stopwatch at the scorer's table as a backup. During the jump ball, wait for the official signal to start the clock, which is a chopped-in signal. If precision time is being used, always start and stop the clock via the console or hand switch. Do not assume that you are simply a backup for the precision time system. There needs to be a point of emphasis concerning the coordination of timing and replacing a disqualified player. Eye contact and signal by the official to the timer is critical to start allowable time and subsequent horns once the player notification to the disqualified player's team has been executed. During the last 59.9 seconds of any period or of any overtime period, a minimum of 0.3 of a second must expire when the ball is legally touched. Stop the game clock after a successful field goal with 59.9 seconds remaining in the game or extra period. A successful goal is when the ball clears the net. Scoreboard operator. Double-check all scoreboard console settings prior to the start of the game. This includes team foul settings, clock running direction, timeout horn, auto horn, and shot clock recall. Only update team player fouls after it is reported by the official. It is important not to update team points for a made basket on a foul until the referee signals a good basket. Remember to clear team fouls between periods of play as needed. Update the possession arrow indicator, scoreboard, not table, at each indicated time, but not at halftime. To avoid confusion, do not activate the lights for the bonus free throw opportunity until the 5th foul has been committed. Official scorer. It is important that you sit at center court next to the game clock operator, as you will need easy access to have the horn sounded when needed. The official scorer should be next to or very close in proximity to the PA announcer as well, for information that the PA needs to relay to the crowd. Prepare the scorebook with players, coaches, and officials as early as possible. Starters have to be noted and the book approved by the teams before the 10-minute mark is reached on the game clock. Make sure you have written down the 10 players on the floor who finished the first half. These are your starters for the second half if the teams don't report second half starters. Do whatever you have to do to make sure a coach gives you the starters for the second half. If time allows, let each team know of any changes their opponent has made who is starting the second half. Often the same starters are used for each half, but not always. It's a courtesy to let the teams know. Work with the scoreboard operator, periodically checking the score on the scoreboard with the score in the book, as well as team fouls, timeouts, and the alternating possession arrow. Stay focused and make sure the visiting scorer and scoreboard operator are aware when a team commits their 4th team foul. If possible, let a close-by official know a team has 4 team fouls. Make sure the scoreboard is correct, as officials sometimes scan the board for team fouls. Be watching for who the shooter should be on the 5th team foul. Make sure the correct shooter goes to the foul line, especially if a timeout precedes the free throw attempt. Check fouls, timeouts, and possession arrow with the visiting scorer throughout the game. Also compare during timeouts. If there are any discrepancies that cannot be readily solved, consult with the referee at the next dead ball to resolve them. Use the stats crew for help. If a made shot could be a 2 or a 3, the official will provide a hand signal for the shot to be reviewed at the next timeout. Indicate this in the scorebook by circling the point total in the running score, and make sure it is reviewed at the next timeout. Also, make eye contact with the official closest to the table. If it is a 2, the official will display 2 fingers to the scorer. If they do, you signal 2 fingers back to the official, acknowledging the same. Let everyone at the table know right away it's a 2. If there is a foul on the inbound following alternating possession, don't switch the arrow. Flip the arrow at halftime. Ensure that the official is aware of the switch before leaving the floor. On a tipped ball that goes out of bounds, ask the nearest official to indicate a color for possession should there be any doubt. Keep track of different types of warnings and technical fouls in the notes section of the official book. It is also a good idea to keep injury timeouts, injury substitutions, and blood cleanup in the notes sections. Indicate the period with the time. This is also where you can note if someone's jersey needs to be replaced and the jersey number is different. Know the rules with regards to illegal substitution. No tick of the clock. Situation: free throw, sub, timeout. Can the sub come back in? Check the box score stats with the book, player points and fouls, to ensure they match at halftime and the end of the game. Shot clock operator. It is important that you know how to use the recall function, as this can save a lot of time in game situations. Understand the timing of using the reset button. During the jump ball, start the clock by letting go of the button on possession, not on the touch. Reset when shot attempt hits the rim and let go on possession. When a try is released, plus the ball is deflected, then hits the rim, this is a shot clock reset. When a dunk gets blocked into the rim, the ball is never released, the shot clock does not reset. Rule 2, Section 11, Article 7b of the NCAA Women's Basketball Rulebook states, stop the timing device and continue time without a reset when play is stopped when an intentionally kicked or fisted ball occurs with 15 seconds or more remaining. Rule 2, Section 11, Article 8 states, to stop the timing device and set the shot clock to 15 seconds when an intentionally kicked or fisted ball occurs during a throw-in with 14 seconds or less remaining. Another scenario to consider is when a shot is released, then blocked, then hits the rim. This is a reset to 30 seconds once a team gains possession of the ball. It is very important to make a mental note of the time on the shot clock prior to resetting the shot clock. Remember, on a throw-in, the shot clock is started when the ball is legally touched inbounds by either team. If you are interested in additional information, please refer to the 2018-2019 NCAA Women's Basketball Rules Book, Rule 2, Sections 9, 10, and 11, or reference the timer and shot clock operator instruction sheet released by the NCAA during the preseason. The NCAA would like to thank you for being a part of your college basketball game day operations. Good luck with the upcoming season.